snowfall has apparently subsided across the Eastern Cape this morning, allowing all mountain passes that were closed for most of yesterday due to heavy snow to reopen to traffic. However, driving conditions remain wet and slippery, and motorists are urged to approach these areas with extreme caution. Well, we can see our SABC News reporter Sidima Mfeku braving that cold and the rain out there. We saw you earlier being drenched in the rain. I'm glad you have an umbrella, Sidima, to keep you dry, because it looks like the snow's gone, but the rain has stayed.
Certainly, Leanne, the rain continues here in the Eastern Cape. I'm currently in Gugombo City, where, quite a lot of rain has been experienced in this particular city since Sunday evening. And, even though there's not been any reports of, any lives that have been endangered, or at least any destruction that may have been caused in some roads, but I can tell you, people who live in areas such as where I am now, I am in Scenery Park in Gugombo City, and I can tell you now, people who live in these conditions or in these informal structures are definitely feeling it. It does appear as though work is in progress to ensure that stormwater drains are well functioning, as you can see here in Scenery Park, to avoid any of the clogging of the water on the roads. We are just under a bridge here between Scenery Park and Amalinda, and this is one of the bridges that gets to have a lot of flooding, blocking people from driving well and maybe also reporting to duty on time. But what I can tell you is that in terms of the cold front in the Eastern Cape, still it is affecting most areas, and now we've heard that it affects schools as well, such that the Department of Education in Jogabi district has also released a warning, and also given permission to schools or to principals to suspend classes if it comes to that, or if they consider that the weather conditions can be dangerous for learners. We also do understand that 3 areas in the Eastern Cape, or 3 municipalities in the Eastern Cape, particularly in the Jogabi district that I've spoken about, in the OR Tambo district municipality, those three municipalities have been on level 2 warning for disruptive snowfalls, even though we've not seen any snowfall in those particular area since last night. But I can tell you now, it's still cold in those areas, and I understand that the Department of Transport has also notified us that all roads have been cleared, all mountain passes in those areas have been cleared, but the roads still remain wet, and caution all drivers to drive carefully and cautiously. And also there is a little bit of anticipation of severe weather conditions throughout the day, but we are yet to hear from the South African Weather Services of any update if there will be any severe thunderstorms, disruptive snows, or any heavy rains that should be expected in the province of the Eastern Cape, Leanne.